Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to learn where to place adverbs when we have continuous and perfect passive verbs or sentences. So we're learning, as I told you, the position of adverbs when we have continuous and perfect passive verb phrases. Now, I have to make something clear, which is that this is a very complex area and some variations are often possible, okay? And the position of adverbs presented here are the most frequent. It doesn't mean they are the only one, and you will probably find some others in other examples that we're not considering here, but the position of adverbs presented in this class are the ones that are most frequent, okay? So knowing that, we jump to the forms. We have three different forms. An adverb could go after the first auxiliary, or the adverb could go before the participle verb, or the adverb could go in either position. When I say in either position, I mean after the first auxiliary or before the verb in participle, and it would be correct. So again, three forms. An adverb placed after the first auxiliary, or an adverb placed before the participle verb, or in either position. Now, the adverbs that we place after the first auxiliary. Usually, the ones that we're going to place there are time or frequency adverbs. For example, already, continually, finally, just, long, still, etc. Also, attitude adverbs. Fortunately, sadly, etc. And the adverbs also probably, apparently, reportedly, usually follow the first auxiliary as well. For example, GPS has already been incorporated into aircraft. So we have the first auxiliary is has, and my adverb is already. So this adverb already is a time or frequency adverb, so it must be placed after the first auxiliary, which is in this case, I repeat, is has. So the correct place to place it will be after the auxiliary has. GPS has already been incorporated into aircraft. As simple as that. Now, the adverbs that go before the participle. Adverbs that say how or how much, or that describe the participle. These are the ones that we're going to place before the participle verb. We got some examples in here, but you think about them too. There are many. Badly, intensively, seriously, largely, etc. These often go before the participle. So we have an example. It has been widely used, which is my participle verb, well, used. So widely will be placed before used. And we have the adverbs that can go in either position, meaning after the first auxiliary or before the participle verb. What are these adverbs? Some of them are increasingly, previously, largely, originally, initially, continually, generally. They can go either way, after the first auxiliary or before the participle. So I could say, for example, GPS is increasingly being used, or I could say GPS is being increasingly used. In the first example, I'm placing it after the first auxiliary, which is. And in the second example, I'm placing it before the participle verb, which is used. Both would be correct.